But now, as we told you, I mean, there are a couple of stocks in the limelight. So let's straight away get started. And Tata Motors, what a roaring rally on this one. And the management commentary has been very, very positive. Once again, I mean, we had that interaction with the analysts, and they reiterated a lot of their earlier targets in terms of how the free cash flow is going to be improving for JLR and, of course, for the domestic business as well. So let's straight away bring in Sonia to understand the highlights, because whatever they've said, Sonia, it's provided a fresh trigger today looking at the 7% move.
Absolutely. Most brokerages have in fact raised their earnings estimates and target prices on the stock. So let me start with CLSA. They've raised their target price from 345 to 400. JP Morgan has said that the big positive takeaway is that in the India business, both the passenger vehicle and the commercial vehicle business is showing a decisive turnaround. In fact, in the passenger vehicle space, not only have they seen market share gains, but they've also seen margin improvement and deleveraging. UBS has a neutral call. They have a target price of 360 on the stock. They say that the company is targeting 10% EBITDA margins across the commercial vehicle space. In fact, they have raised their guidance on commercial vehicle growth for the industry. They now expect the industry to grow at 36 to 38% in FY22. The competitive position has also improved with tighter emission norms and regulatory changes, and the car business profitability improvement is likely to continue with very strong market share gains that they're seeing at the moment. Goldman Sachs is the only one that's slightly bearish. They have a sell call with a target price of 175 on the stock. They say that a lot of the good news is already priced in. The India turnaround is priced in. At the current market price, the implied EV to EBITDA for the India business is around 15 times, and there are long-term concerns on sustainability of the passenger vehicle business. Finally, Macquarie has a neutral call with a target price of 275. They say that the biggest positive is that it reiterated its guidance to turn net debt free by FY24 and free cash flow positive across all businesses, and that is the big positive. So there are mixed views, but largely most brokerages have raised their target prices and earnings estimates. Back to you.
Okay, Sonia, thanks a lot for that. Sanjeev Bhasin of IIFL is now joining us. Sanjeev, good afternoon. Tata Motors been just a relentless run on the stock. But what next? What's your advice? Should one stay on or book profit here?
Yeah, hi. So Anuj, it's a difficult call to give at 330 when everyone worth his salt could buy it at 125, 130, and that was the real icing. So let me be as a disclosure, after almost 2 years of underperformance, one of my commercial vehicles has been a star, that is Ashok Leyland, all the way from 48 to 130. I'm more bullish on Ashok Leyland than Tata Motor. I think that can go to 175, given that 50% of the bus market in India is with Ashok Leyland. So yes, do a sit, but don't underestimate the potential of the rally in the commercial vehicles. So I'm very, very bullish on the auto space. In fact, at these levels, Maruti is a personal buy, because we think that all the semiconductors problems, they will be able to handle it faster because they have a good stock. So yes, Tata Motor, Ashok Leyland, Maruti, all are buys from my side.
Okay, so that's a view coming in on some of the auto stocks. They're in focus today. Sanjeev, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the show. I do have to ask you about this move on ONGC. I mean, is it linked to the fact that PSUs are the real flavor in the market now? Is it because crude went up a little bit? I mean, what do you think is the trigger here, and is there any juice left in the trade?
So Surbhi, it's all about valuation. At 70 rupees, it was the cheapest energy stock in the world, and at 110, it still has scope to go to that 130, 140. Now, let me be candid. I think what the government has done as far as PSUs goes is never seen in the last 20 years. And I think there is way to go. So as a disclosure, 3 years of underpinning or, lot of frustration for us has been the PSUs, and they have really come to life now. So I am not making any bones. I think PSUs are here to stay. As a disclosure, last week I spoke to you about NBCC. That has been my lame duck for last 3 years. At 32, it's 39. I can guarantee you 75 coming by this Diwali, simply for the fact that businesses were good. It was just the execution and the, laziness which most people felt on PSUs. I think that is over. So I think there is still room on GAIL, Petronet, ONGC. They can do, and plus the headwinds are now tailwinds as far as oil goes.
Okay, yeah, that's a big move on ONGC. In fact, has been for some time now. But really, the sector of the day today is metals, and amidst that, Top Honor. By the way, Top Honor is now actually with Tata Steel. That's up 7%. Just look at that move. But since morning, Hindalco has also been among the top gainers.